Almost every excuse is a lie. Almost every I can't is just an I won't in disguise. And the very best excuses are the worst ones, are the most dangerous ones. A small example of this is about a year and a half ago, I was holding my baby daughter, and I just noticed that I was telling myself that I couldn't do things. I wanted to also clean up the house or be productive while holding my daughter. And I found myself walking by clothes on the floor or different things that I could pick up and put away, dishes, things like that. And immediately thinking to myself, no, I can't do that right now because I'm holding my baby. And a lot of that is just trying to be effective. Like a lot of times it can make sense to just like work when you're working and be with family when you're with family. I just caught myself thinking, I can't do this right now. And in that moment, I realized actually I can do this. I'm just not wanting to because it takes more effort to hold the baby with one hand, lean down, and grab the thing. It just takes significant more effort to do the same task. And a lot of times I like to be efficient, work in sprints or whatever, have a dedicated focus on a project or a task. So if I'm cleaning the kitchen or cleaning the house, I just want to be able to bam, 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 do it all and not multitask. The point is this spreads to other areas of our life. It's not true that I can't do something or that I couldn't do something. It's just that I didn't want to. I think one of the main reasons I noticed this is because I was thinking about my wife's reaction in my head. And I read something about how in relationships that the partner who notices the mess quicker, it doesn't matter if she only notices it a little bit before me. Like that makes up the huge difference where the partner will feel like they're the ones that always has to clean up because it bothers them first. So they take action first. So it falls on them more often. Just thinking about that, I try to notice things more quickly, or when I do notice them, not put them off. So in that moment, I was thinking to myself that my answer to my wife would be like, I was going to wait until later to do that because I was holding the baby. But then that just makes me have to explain myself and explain my reasoning, which generally tends to frustrate me. And I would rather just avoid that, pick up around the house, like clean up to avoid having to explain my reasoning, because then I'm coming at it from a rational perspective and the other person's coming out from like a more emotional, annoyed perspective. So you can't reason with them anyways, even if I'm technically correct that like, yes, it would be more efficient to just knock out all these household chores, household tasks in one round, one dedicated work round. It doesn't matter. Like, I guess it just matters what problem you're trying to solve. If you're living alone or if you have that agreement or if you are the one that notices the mess first. And another example is I live in upstate New York now, and in the winter, there's a lot of people that come and ice climb, which I don't think I would ever do because it doesn't really appeal to me. But we drove by a guy in a wheelchair with ice climbing gear on, and that kind of blew my mind. Just realizing how many people out there would use the excuse like, I can't do that, I could never do that. But this guy didn't have legs, and he was climbing ice walls, traversing ice and rock. That's so crazy. There's so many people that would just say, no, I can't do that. But I can't is almost always just I won't. And that's fine, but just realizing where the difference lies. But the worst excuses are the best ones. The worst excuses are the ones that people will agree with you on, that people will believe because they're true. Like, they are really good excuses. Like, I was abused, or my family didn't raise me correctly, or I grew up without parents. Any number of really good excuses. The reason good excuses are the worst ones is because you can actually let them stop you for a good reason. People would accept that. They would agree that, oh, that makes sense why you can't do this because you had this set of circumstances happen to you. And it's fine to not do something. Like, it's fine to use your excuse if you want. You don't have to do anything, but just being conscious of your words.